Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project Podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. Okay, so I made one hell of a discovery today, and this is groundbreaking shit for me. So let me back up. So I delivered everything for Trey. Everything was great. There's nobody that said anything actually. One of Treys' head VAs responded when I said, "Hey, there's a lot of new stuff. Let me know if you have any questions." She responded, and let me just read it word for word. She says, "Checked it earlier, and then 3 fire emojis, so that's cool." And then I said, "If it's not too much to ask, blah, 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 if you have any good news or good things you want to share, please send them my way." And then she said, "We'll surely do." So, whatever. But anyway, so I delivered that. Everything's great. And in the whole process of doing that delivery, I realized just how much of a pain in the ass that whole thing was. I never want to have to transfer data. I never want to do that. That was hell. And it was so little. I mean, I have to do it again because I have to do it for Minas. Today I didn't really work at all. Today it was mainly spending the day with Lexi, and kind of just getting certain things around the house taken care of. And then we had almost like a mini date night. We went and got some pizza and sat at home and watched Daddy's Home. So that was my first time seeing that. It was a good movie. But anyway, back on topic, the whole delivery of Trey's stuff when he had already been using stuff was just hell. And moving forward, if anybody else gets new additions for FitBiz, I'm gonna have to do that same thing. Now, obviously, I can hire that out and I can have people do that for me, but I don't want to have to do that. I would rather be able to just push out an update and everybody gets the new version and everybody gets the new stuff and everybody gets the new everything. That's what I want. I don't want to have to manually go in and update everybody's stuff, because even if I have only 10 people, that's going to take me 5 days to update everybody's stuff. When if I had my own software, I would just go click and I'm done. You know what I mean? So that really put in a lot of doubts, and I was thinking very negatively about everything, because I thought, holy shit, this is very brutal. This is very hard. This is not something that I'd want to do. And this is the model. There's no way around it. I have to do it this way. So from there, I still have to do Minas, so that's kind of why I brought up the whole today I didn't work, because I was supposed to do stuff yesterday. I was supposed to work on it a little bit today, and I didn't. So tomorrow I'm going to have to make it happen. So I actually need to tell Mina to not have anybody work on Notion tomorrow, because then I'll get it transferred over and set up. But anyway, I don't want to have to do that again. That was ass. I can't imagine having more than 2 people. So I have been very seriously looking at how I can code my own software with no experience, because it's 2025. We have AI for everything, and we're about to have we do have robots actually roaming the earth, and we have rockets that are going to Mars. We have cars that drive themselves. Why the fuck can't I make a website that have AI design it for me, right? So I have been looking around and using Grok actually to help me figure out what I would need to do to code my own software from scratch with very minimal coding experience, and do so purely with AI and as quickly as possible. And it gave me a lot of options and a lot of shit I don't know what it is. So maybe there's even better options, but I'm reading it and I'm just not understanding. So it's fine. But one of the things that it turned me on to was this thing called Cursor AI. In short, Cursor AI is AI, but for code. And it is exactly the same thing, the same exact thing as VS Code, which is the software that I would say, I don't know, 95% of everybody uses to make anything. It's the same exact thing as that. It's the same open source code or whatever you call it, the same open source interface. I don't know the verbiage for that. And it's the same thing. It just has AI integrated. And so based on my experience with getting code from ChatGPT and Claude and Grok and Gemini, it's not a good experience. I mean, it only generates so much. If you want to change it, it's slow. It sucks. Well, I mean, it was fine, but then I started using Cursor, and I just ran a random test. I just wanted to see what it could do. So all I did was I typed in, hey, this is what the master log is. This is what the closer form is. Here's what everything does. Here's the purpose of it. Here's the big picture. Here's what we're going to do. Here's all the stats it tracks. Can you just replicate this for me and use this theme, make it the purple gradient, make it nice, dark gray, and make it modern, visual, use this font. It was a pretty hefty prompt, but I clicked enter, click, and it generated me an entire web interface website with tabs, animations, colors. The theme was on point, examples, everything. And I'm no shit in 5 minutes, if that, because it generated everything from scratch. It generated the front end. So if I click on the file, it generated the front end. There's a whole bunch of TypeScript. There's a whole bunch of Node.js. There's a whole bunch of, I think that might be it for the, and that might be it for the front. TypeScript, yeah. And then in the back end, there is a lot of Python. There is a lot of, I don't know what these other ones. Unicorn? I don't know. A lot of shit I don't know about. But anyway, it generated everything. 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 I mean, it wasn't like one, 30-line piece of code I copy paste. It did it all for me instantly. I mean, not instantly, probably took 2 minutes. It did it all for me. And when I clicked on the preview and looked at it, it was beautiful. And it worked. And there was no bugs. There's no... Just unbelievable. So I thought, holy fucking shit, dude. I think this is my next move. Now, this is what they call vibe coding, which is you don't necessarily know how to code, but you have AI do it for you. So there's plenty of issues that you can run into with this. There's a lot of things that I need to be aware of. There's a lot of red flags in doing this. However, as long as I can find bugs and solve the bugs, all is well. So, that's really it. So, I have AI at my disposal. So I'm going to use and abuse it to the best of my ability. So I think unofficially, as of today, I've decided that I'm going to move this to my own official software, and I'm going to make this thing my own. I'm not going to rely on Notion. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. But what I'm still going to do is work on, you know what? I don't know. It's just so tough because I want to keep on doing this for Trey and Mina for sure. And I want to push this out and sell it. But part of me doesn't want to sell it at all, actually, because I know that this next thing is going to be badass. But I also do believe that that's kind of a trap because I'm now saying, I'll sell this when X. This will be done when X. So what I need to do is post on social, do all that stuff, and even just very basically just to get the point across. And then, or I wonder, I don't know, because the only reason why I want to do that and start posting and get sales is obviously to make money, but I imagine that my time with Trey and Mina is just limited. That's just what I think of. And I want to be able to have money coming in regardless of if they let me go or not. I don't believe they will. The reaction from Trey was great. The reaction from Mina has always been awesome. Mina's great. So I'm a big fan of that guy. But I don't want to be put in a position where if it, just purely business, they don't need my help anymore, so they don't want to pay. It's fine. I just don't want to be put in that position. So I would want to sell this and get some money coming in. But as long as I'm on their team, I'm making money and I'm fine how I am financially. If that can afford me the time to customize this actual software, I think I would rather do that. And because for one, this gets me fired up because this is my own thing. And the prompts that I'm giving Cursor are arguably pretty vague, but it still pumps out some very, very nice stuff. I mean, if I open it up right now and look at it, where is it? It's just so clean. I mean, there's a lot of things I would change immediately, but it's so clean. I would so much rather have this be my thing than any kind of Notion dashboard. And I wouldn't say that the whole Notion dashboard went to waste, because there's a lot that I learned for sure. But if I can make my own software, and I don't want to say this easily, but if I can make my own software, quote, this easily, this is more enticing to me than anything to do with Notion, because there's no limits. With Notion, there's limits and restrictions, and there's sizes and parameters and everything that are out of my control that I can't change. It is what it is. I can design anything that I can envision in my head. I can make that happen on the computer. That is so much more exciting for me than anything to do with Notion. So I don't know what this means for the future of FitBiz. I mean, the fucking FitBiz is a week old, but this discovery has definitely changed the trajectory of everything, just because of how simple it is to design something and how beautiful it looks with simple ass prompts. So I spent a little bit of time this morning working on that, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, I don't know. And I already got some things polished off. So we have the master log. And so, for example, I just told it to generate me this dashboard, and it has home, dashboard, analytics, reports, settings, getting started. And with each one of those, there are links, and they're all animated. When I hover my mouse, they highlight purple and they glow. They're nice. And so if I click on master log and I click on a person's name, it takes me to their profile where I have client information, financials, renewals, check-ins, follow-ups, testimonials, onboarding. In their client information, I have their status. I can change, if they're active, inactive, onboarding, on pause. I have their name, email, phone, start date, end date, current week, how many days left. It's computational, which means when I change the end date, it actually changes how many days are left, right? So it's already working. I have a spot for notes where I can type in some notes, click submit, and it stores the note. It's saved. It says, Bryson, November 16th, 2025, 9:47 p.m. Log this note, HTJKSHJDKSA. That's the note. And then I have that for finances. I have that for renewals, for check-ins, follow-ups. I made all that in like 3 prompts. That quick. Now, I know that it is much more complex than what I'm making it out to be, because there's a lot of logic that needs to happen, and it needs to flow perfectly across everything. And the way that I'm going to have to test that and make sure everything works is probably going to be a pain in the ass. But considering that I probably just did the amount of coding in 1 hour today that probably would have taken somebody a week or 2 of 10-hour days to do, that is unbelievable. And it's not like this thing only codes in 1 language or 2 languages. It's VS Code. It's the open source version of that. So that means I have every language probably ever in the history of computer programming, and it knows how to do all of it. That is insane to me. So all I have to do is be a master articulator in what I want to accomplish and what I want things to look like, and it's just going to do the rest. And as long as I can be very precise in what I'm saying of, hey, we need this to be this color, this needs to be over here, the logic over here is flawed, it needs to calculate this based on this number, blah, 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 then we're set, we're fine. So as long as I can do that, then I believe this is a very good route for me to take, and I'm very much looking forward to it. This is extremely exciting for me. So I need to deliver Minas stuff, so tomorrow, that's what I'll do. deliver his stuff, try to get it all moved over. It's going to be a bitch. It's going to be an all-day thing from the moment that I wake up to the time that I go to bed. I'm going to have to be doing that. I might not even finish it tomorrow. There's just so much. And to my point earlier, if this were my own software, I would just have the change log, I would have the version control, and I would say, cool, save, back up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, everyone's getting the new version. Here you go. Kablam. And done. Just like that. I mean, we all have social media. We all, maybe at the time of this recording, have seen updates just take place, and we have no idea that they did. All of a sudden, things are different. That quick, right? Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So my idea was, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tackle one big part of the system at a time, and we'll design things as we go. So, the master log, that's got to be number one, because that's going to house everything for the client. And there's just no rules. There's just no limits. I can say, hey, whatever we view in the master log, when we click on that, I want that to be the same exact thing when I click on their name in the finances, and so on and so forth. So if I'm in the finances area, I click on their name and it brings up all their information. That's pretty sick. And it dawned on me today that if it's, quote, this simple to do, what's stopping me from creating Everfit and putting this in, making my own exercise thing and doing things the way that I have always envisioned them to be done, but also incorporating everything that I have here, and then being the only software that offers all things business, all things fitness, and really just fucking dominating that market. Because I believe, maybe this is arrogance, but I believe that I know how it should be done based on the numbers and things that coaches track, and the absence of the tracking capabilities that these softwares that already exist have, or that I guess don't have, such as Treys and Everfit and things like that. None of them track business stuff. If one came out and they tracked all the business KPIs and all the numbers and the payroll, that would be a game-changing fucking thing. And I know it would be successful, because most coaches are outsourcing that shit to VAs in different countries, and they're trying to have their numbers correct. But if the shit was already automatic and it was all linked together, then holy fuck, dude. Unreal is what it would be. So that dawned on me today, that I could very well create that. It's exciting. It's very exciting shit. Regardless, I do believe that whenever this gets finished, I will need to run some ads, but whatever, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Don't have money to do that, but then I had the thought of, what if I just kept it kind of private, so I didn't really advertise very heavily, and it was just social media stuff, and I just reached out to people, didn't run crazy ads, and I kept the price very high to really show that this is a very different system than all the rest, But I don't know. Either way, I don't know. This is huge. So, I mean, it's just the fact that I made so much this morning in so little time. If I were to spend a full 12-hour day working on this, how much could I get done? How close would it be to, let me come in here. I just said, God damn it. Please compress the distance between each line in the master log so it's half of what it is now, so that there's less room between each line. Let's see what it does. This is how long it takes. So I just put that prompt in. It is planning next moves. It's loading. I don't know if it's different because this is my first. Oh, there we go. Reducing row spacing in master log table by half. Okay. Reducing row spacing. Okay, now it is coding so much right now. It's coding so much. It's updating so many logs. I think it tells me at the very end how many lines it edited and how many lines it. So, did it do it? Oh, it did do it, but not by much. So, reduce the spacing more, please. I think it has context, so it knows that I just asked that. So if I said reduce, oh, there we go. See, it just worked. So now things are a lot more compact. So if I open up all of them, you can see a lot more. Just like that. I mean, I think normally that would be a very easy fix. You just go in there and decrease the margins per line in the table. But for someone who doesn't know how to code for shit, I mean, I would say I have very, very basic and minimal knowledge of coding, but TypeScript, no. Python, I mean, no. All this shit, no idea. CSS, very minimal. I mean, just the fact that I did that so quickly, it's exciting. So anyway, this is extremely exciting stuff for me, and this really excites me with what's to come. I don't want to delay anything any more than I already have, but this is crazy, and I want to make sure that, part of me wants to nail this ASAP so that I can give it to Trey and Mina, and they can have this, and then I will have the social proof from two people using actual software rather than just the Notion. And I don't know how complex it'll be to transfer things over from Notion to this. I mean, I can code a system for that, but I don't know. There's just, you never know. Maybe I could just export what's in Notion as a spreadsheet and then link the spreadsheet as a way to upload it. And then there's a system that looks at the headers and extracts the data. I don't know. But yeah, right now I'm just changing the status of certain clients. I can go in there and change it to onboarding, on pause, and it stays there. I can change the name. I can save the name. Then I go back, open up a different person. Right now, nothing's really saving to any databases. So any changes I make, they don't save, it's fine. But yeah, this is crazy. This is insane. Just the fact that, what's crazy is you need to know how to code to make something that codes for you, and the level of coding that you need to have to make a software that codes software for you, that's some next level shit. So here I am thinking I'm a genius because I figured out how to make AI do stuff for me. Somebody had to write this program, it's insane. But anyway, let me try something really quick. Make the sidebar a drop down from a menu with the 3 lines icon that then says FitBiz menu. Wait. FitBizOS menu. Let's see how long it takes to do this. So I am completely redesigning the side header the sidebar by making it a drop down and encasing every option in there in that drop down, and then putting the 3 lines logo for the little menu thing. So now it's loading. It's coding a shit ton right now. There's already updates being made on my screen. There's a little menu button. If I click on the menu, see? That's insane. Updating layout. Yeah, it's done. So when I click on it, it brings it up and it shows me, it says FitBizOS menu, dashboard, master log, analytics, report, settings. Click on master log, brings up master log. This is insane. I don't know how to read so what did it say? So I can go back in and review all the things it added, all the things that it didn't add, or I guess removed. So I can keep all. So how do I get rid of this? I don't need that. So I get rid of that. Yeah, okay, good. Anyway, I could go on and on about this. This is insane. This is so cool to me. I even made a little graph down here. I even made a little thing that I can click and I can go to, where is it? Was it analytics? Where did I put that? Reports? I can't remember where I put it, but I made a thing where you could compare any 2 metrics with one another, and we'll show you the graphs. I also made a graph type. I can make it into a line graph, and then I can show the projection, and then when I show the projection, it shows the lines and what they should be based on the current numbers that exist now. So it's a whole projection thing. So it's all math. I can change it back to a bar graph and only see those. I can change it from monthly to weekly. I can change it from weekly to daily. It's crazy. I can go quarterly if I want to. I can see yearly. This is just insane. And it's just 4 or 5 prompts. I just can't believe this. I can't believe this, dude. This is insane. Just the stuff that you can do with your imagination, And I do believe that I have quite the imagination, and I do believe that is a very big strength of mine. So, whatever I can imagine, whatever I can come up with, I can create, thanks to the people who made the software. So, yeah, this is some cool shit. I will be messing around with this a lot in the next week, and I will be doing as much as I possibly can to make this become reality. So it looks like we have some errors here. Following extensions want to relaunch the terminal to contribute to its environment. Relaunch terminal. Should we click this and see what happens? Is it going to fuck everything up? How do I relaunch? Relaunch terminal. Relaunch terminal. Did I just fuck it up? Uh-oh. Oh, well, I don't know how to get this back. So can I go back up? Well, how do I... What is the web address to open the front end? It's like localhost 514 something. Should I have said that on the podcast? I don't know. Oh, it's right here. It just gave it to me. So I click on this, copy, paste. Is it even on? To start the server, run. So we're going to paste this in the console, run it. Oh, there we go. So then I click command click. Oh, the website's back. Here we go. Just like that. Okay. There's some certain things that it didn't save, which is interesting. Like it doesn't save just said like. It doesn't save all the fake clients I made because there's nowhere for it to save. You know, there's some things that I'm spotting right now that are just absolutely incorrect. I mean, it says that this person's start date was January 19th, 2024, and their current week is week 12. Actually, their week would be almost 104 because they're almost 2 years into the program. But it's all good. So, anyway, again, I really don't know what else to say other than, holy shit, this is insane. So, without saying anything else, I will just said, I will be spending a lot of time in this, and I'll be trying to make this as nice as possible. This is very exciting. So this is actually what I was trying to do a while ago, but I was doing it the very slow way compared to this, where I would make a prompt and I'd say, hey, I need to make a button. This button's going to be round. It's going to have gray hover features. When you click on it, it's going to go blue. That page is going to open up this website. It's going to show blah, blah, blah. And then it would give me that, and then I have to find the correct place to paste it. And then if it was wrong, I'd have to say, hey, make it more round, blah, blah, blah. That's for a button. I mean, arguably made a whole software already with tracking clients and stuff like that. And it was in one prompt. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that I have to do on the back end here to connect it to... I mean, that's going to be... I'll have to learn how to do that for sure. But as long as I can save some stuff and run tests and things of that nature, then holy shit. So... Anyway, that's really all I wanted to say. I am pumped about this. It's saying the projection is 2 across the whole board. That's crazy. I don't know why it thinks that. What if I did weekly? I don't know. Yearly? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, anyway, that's really all I wanted to say. So I will definitely be screwing around with this, and I will be delivering everything to Mina tomorrow. I might even message Mina. We have our one-on-one tomorrow. No, we don't. That's on Wednesday, because today's Sunday. We have a team call tomorrow. Hopefully everything is done by the team call. I doubt it, but hopefully it is, so that we can go over things. And yeah. So anyway, that's all I have. At the time of this recording, I haven't uploaded the last 3 shows or 4 shows, so great streak. But that is, I'm just word salading now. That's it, bye.